after that post, and I made one more short little one just about something that a friend had seen and a difference in how she felt, because that's kind of my area where I'm not much of a poster. It's really outside of my comfort zone. And so, but after that post, people just started messaging me and asking more about it. And this week, that was really, my main thing is hearing from other people. I reached out to 2 girls I knew who had PCOS. I just wanted to be personal. And so I know a lot of people that struggle with infertility. And so, I was talking to them about it, and they're thinking about it. But for me, I'm just trying right now to connect with people that I know are suffering from something, because that is kind of where I'm coming from. I understand that. So it was just a blessing. It was a good week. I had a stomach virus this week. And so it kind of put a damper in some things. And then I've got this. But, it's just about, thinking about people who suffer too, because it was miserable for me. And so, I just want healing for them, just like I found it for myself.
Wow. That's so great. And that, honestly, that's the most organic, best way you can do it. You're just caring about other people. You want them to feel how you feel. And it's funny, like, if you make it not about yourself, a lot of times we're afraid to share because of our pride. We're afraid, oh, what are they going to think about me?
Right.
But if you take yourself out of the picture and just focus on, okay, they need it, they could say yes or no,
Right.
So that's so awesome. I'm really proud of you, and congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Silver. That's awesome.
Well, Julie's great, so shout out to Julie.
Julie.
She answers so many questions for me.
That's awesome. Okay, is Melissa Warner on the call? She's one that has, or Becca Hall, are you on the call?
Amy, I don't think Melissa could make it. She was at church late tonight, so I told her that I would let you know that if she wasn't able to make it.
No problem. Real quick then, I'm going to go into the events in just a moment, but we had a lot of promotions this week, a lot of silvers. So I want to hear how many of you, and you could use the chat if you want. So if you went silver this week or this month, would you let us know who went silver? Come on. I see Jill. Jill, there you are. Jill, will you share with us? Do you mind? I put people on the spot. You're going to have to know that about me. Sorry. But Jill, you've been a rock star lately. Would you mind sharing? You went silver this week. How that was, and if you did anything special, or what you're thinking of the challenge so far? Has the challenge helped you go silver, or how'd that go?
I really just had a lot of people that were kind of on the fence, and the challenge has kind of helped me to be a little bit bolder about following up, I guess.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Good. And you have a really cool story too, right? Do you mind sharing a tiny bit of how the products are helping you?
Yeah. I have had tons of issues: fibromyalgia, scoliosis, degenerative disc, IBS, depression, anxiety, all that. And I was really skeptical about it, being stubborn about not wanting to try it. I didn't want to be disappointed, mainly. But it's helped. I'm almost completely off my anxiety and depression meds. I've come down to half a pill every other day, and I'm getting ready to go off of them. I've decreased my pain medicine and sleep medicine, and off all of my IBS meds.
Wow. I'm so happy for you. That's so amazing. And now you want other people to feel well, and you're getting compensated for that. It's such a win-win. Awesome. That's awesome. Thank you. Okay, Lee. Where's Lee? Lee was like, oh my goodness, 3 people, or was it 4 in one day? Was it 3 or 4? I kept getting the email, and I was like, who's Lee? Oh my goodness, look at all these. It's a rock star. So Lee, would you mind sharing how was your week? Was it the challenges that helped, or you just, because you joined, you tell us about you. She went silver too.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Well, I think that I just checked with Julie, and I did get the number, but I need to place my order so that the 100 PV, all this is real new. So anyway, I'm placing that order. I actually have it in my cart right now, but I stopped to get on the call with you. So I just wanted to make sure before I said that. So anyway, yeah, I'm excited.
Very cool. Congratulations. Do you feel like the challenge, this group been help to you at all?
Oh, definitely. It definitely motivates and encourages to hear people you don't even know cheering you on. And I went to school with Jill and Julie, and so seeing some people that I know from just local people working hard and trying to be wives and mamas, and then be just helpmates to our husbands and try to help supplement for our family.
Right.
And health wise too. So it's encouraging, and then making new friends like Samantha down in Florida now. So it's fun.
Yay. Yeah. Awesome. I'm so proud of you. Guys, this is just life-changing. It really is. I don't know how many of you know my story. I'll just give you a brief intro. I was just, man, I can't, my life has changed completely. Health-wise, I had severe migraines. So Jill, I totally understand where you're coming from, because I've suffered with migraines since I've been a teenager. I mean, especially after I had my third baby, I could barely, there were times I couldn't even get off the couch. They were paralyzing. I'd have to put a pillow on my head, call my husband home because I was homeschooling, and it was just, it's just the worst, awful pain. And those were becoming at least weekly, but they were getting more frequent because I had such a severe sugar addiction. I was not like putting the 2 and 2 together. So I've never not had a headache ever. Like, migraines were awful, but headaches, at any point I had a headache. So if somebody would have came to me and said, if you try this, that will help your headaches go away, I would have laughed. I would have been like, all right. I've been on all kinds of medications. I've been to every doctor known. I've had MRIs, I've had whatever. Nothing's ever touched my headaches. Nothing. I did it for weight loss. That was the only reason I finally went for it. And so when I had, it was 7 days I woke up without a headache. That was like shocking, because I guess what I'm thinking is the slim levels your blood sugar, and because of how I ate so horribly, and even still, if I know, like, I've always struggled with being consistent with anything, but I will never go without my Slim, because I will feel a headache coming on, because I know my body knows I need it. So man, that's been life changing. But financially, I mean, it's been a dream come true. I told my husband I wanted him to get on here and talk to you guys, because he was so. Does anyone have? Am I the only one? Is there any skeptical husbands? Anyone? Oh, look at those hands. Okay, yeah. He even the whole time. The funny thing is, I was kind of, my business was growing kind of quickly, and it's been, it's just grown every month. So even still, he would say, like, you know, I'm really proud of you, but this probably isn't gonna last forever. Okay, you don't know. Like, this isn't money we can't depend on every month. Like, you don't know. And I'm like, okay, it's been a year and a half. Like, it's only increased, but still, he's like, the company can go under. You don't know. So don't get too excited. That kind of thing. But he went to leaders retreat with me in this past October, and I think going there finally built his belief in the company. And when we got home, he was like, this is going to be our family thing. It's no longer going to be your thing. So that was awesome. And now we're actually planning on him staying home with us full time, because I need him. Like, he has skills I do not have. And last week we sat on the couch, and it was just so cool, because we were looking at, like, when he may be able to stop, what our budget is, what we can do. And he just sat there, and he was like teary-eyed. He's like, this is a dream come true. Like, this has literally changed it for us, because who gets to do that? Who gets to not be trapped in the 9 to 5 and be a family? That's what he wants, a family economy. We never thought it'd be Plexus, but we don't know how God's going to use that. Maybe he can, our pastor just talked to him this week too. And my pastor actually advised him, yeah, maybe you could, you should stay home and help her, and be more involved with the church. I think he wants a free staff member, but still, hey, whatever. So, but I think that's a great thing. That's what his heart's desire is to do. And so it's seriously, I mean, it's changed. Oh, Adam, you have a skeptical wife. Adam, I'm so proud of you being on here, by the way. You're so awesome. But your wife will come along. She wants it too. She does. I know. She wants to be home with your beautiful baby girl. So And Adam, if you don't know, Adam's wife is an author. She's incredible. She has so much influence, and that's her passion. So she's an extremely passionate person. She just needs to believe a little in the products, huh? So she will. So I know, you just never know. You just keep going. So I just tell him, thank you for believing in me enough. Like, thank you for at least letting me do this, because it has, I mean, he works 50 hours a week, and I make double what he makes, just getting to be at home with my babies. So just, it's possible. I'm a regular mom that if I could do it, anyone can. And I've done most things off the top of my head because I struggle with organization. That's part of personal growth and what I'm learning. So continue to learn. Anyway, so that's just a little bit of my story. I just want to encourage you that any one of you on this call, you can do it. If you want to do it, you can do it. I remember thinking, listening to Dani Johnson, she said she sat in a room with a bunch of millionaires, and she thought, okay, if it takes me 20 years to make even a tenth of what these people are making, it is still more than what I can make at JCPenney, where she was working now. So I thought that too. I thought, okay, a Diamond Ambassador, if it takes me 10 years to make a tenth of what they're making, still far more than we'll ever, what we're doing now. So the thing is, with network marketing, you want it now. You expect to be the expert day one, and you want it now. But you keep going, and you keep pouring into yourself and pouring into learning, and it will happen. So let's talk about one way how it can happen. This is a couple things I want to go over. Oh, Ricky's on here. Hi, Ricky. I don't know. Ricky, so men, I'm so proud of you. This is awesome. I love this whole thing. Okay, so I'm reading the chat. Okay, so let's talk about events real quick. Facebook's amazing, and I feel, and there are Diamond Ambassadors. Lori Harrison's one of them, who's never had an event. So is it possible to do without it? Of course. But I'll tell you, as we have a very, very high success rate with events, because there's just something about people hearing live testimonies. Like, aren't you inspired after hearing Jill? Thumbs up. Like, after hearing what it did for her, doesn't that stir something in you? Like, oh my goodness, this product, that changes lives. Did anybody think of somebody that may suffer with, oh yeah, we have a raise hand thing. Isn't that cool? If you want to raise your hand. But like, when I hear something like that, I'm like, oh my goodness, my aunt has fibromyalgia. She needs to hear this, And it's just something about when you're at an event and you hear the testimonies, especially live, it does something. It stirs something in you. And so the best thing you could do is go to events and bring people. Let me just say it's something about Plexus. Nothing's required of you. That's the beauty of this. I know there may be other companies that are like, you must go here, you have to have a party. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. That's the beauty of it. You don't have to. However, if you want to be successful, this is just one avenue that I think is very, very helpful. Like I told you, my very first event, I invited probably over 100 people. 16 people showed up. 9 people joined. That was awesome. I've had events where I've had 75 people show up. I've had events where me and one other person showed up. You know what it is. I just keep going. But let's talk about 3 different kinds. There's the face-to-face kind. There's a Facebook party, and then a Zoom kind. Those are the 3 kinds that we kind of do. But one thing I'm trying to really, what I want to take my focus on, and I want to really, really do this year, like, I'm trying to perfect the 3 meeting plan. I love Dani Johnson. She is a multimillionaire who has trained people to be multimillionaires. I absolutely love her trainings. She has a very, very crazy high success rate with the 3 meeting plan. The only reason I haven't had a high success rate yet is because I have not perfected it yet. Does that make sense? Just because I've done it once or twice, and we always do it. We always have success with it, but I can't get the ball rolling yet. So I want to explain it to you guys, and then I'd love to hear from you and what you think, and if you think it's something that you can do. So I'm going to use people as an example, and I'm really just going to use the names I see here. Okay, so Amber Sheffield, I thought I saw her on here. Amber Sheffield is my level 1, okay? She signed Sam. Sam is my level 2, so it's Amber's level 1, my level 2, and Sam signed Sylvia, okay? Well, really, I think she signed her brother, right? And then Sylvia. Okay. We'll say brother. What's your Eric? Okay. So Sam signed Eric. Okay. So it's 3 people. So what I would do is, so when Amber, and this is part of the how to train a new ambassador. So in a gist, what happens is when Amber joins my team, I tell her, after we meet and everything, I want to tell her that let's get 3 to 5 people together and let's have your first little event. So I personally think live is the best. Hey, Amber, can you get 3 or 4 people? Let's meet at your house. Let's meet at a Starbucks, whatever. And she's brand new. She might be terrified to do that, but I'll tell her, let me give you the words to say. This is in the files of my team page. You can literally, I'm not expecting Amber to go and tell, because what people normally do is if Amber goes and tells all her friends, oh, I'm doing plexus and it helps people not have fibromyalgia and it does it, people are going to be like, okay, Amber, you're crazy. People that you haven't built their trust yet. You haven't built that, not that they don't trust you, they do trust you, but they don't trust that you know what you're doing yet. They're not as excited about it as you are. So you can't pretend to be the expert. And this is why people, I feel like, struggle with network marketing. They go and they tell all their friends, and then one of their friends says, oh, it's a pyramid scam. Oh, that thing might cause cancer. And then, whoop, they're done, and they give up. They quit, right? So we're doing it the wrong way. What you want to do is, Amber, let me or let the tools, let's have a little meeting. Let me meet with your people. Give her the words to say. She literally can copy and paste about how to invite people. The only skill she needs right now is how to invite people. And really what that means is she needs to copy and paste what I've given her, or make a phone call and read how to invite them. So she goes and what happens is I do the event for her. And there's a PowerPoint to use. It's, again, in my files. It is so easy. It's Molly Orr. It's in my files. But I'm using this that anybody can do. So I have my meeting, or she has her meeting. There's 3 or 4 of her friends, okay? She's invited 40 people, but probably 5 will actually come, maybe. And then during that meeting, Sam joins that night because the meeting is going to be so awesome. And I honestly, with this, I have such a high success rate. And you guys who have done this before, you can vouch for that. That Molly Orr version is very successful. So now Sam hears and she's like, oh my goodness, this is awesome. So Sam joins. When Sam joins, now me and Amber, okay, this is why it's a 3 meeting. The first meeting was Amber's. The second meeting is Sam's, but me and Amber, I tell Amber, okay, it's on the job training now. You're going to host this with me. So Amber will go over the products. I will go over the business side. And Sam, all she's doing is she's invited her friends. She's got 3 to 5 people there. And she is taking notes because she knows her turn's next. So Amber and Amber's probably going to mess up because guess what? She just joined. Of course she's going to. But really all you got to do is press the play button. It's not hard. She's just basically going to share her story and, help me. She's just going to, the product videos do all the work for you. So that's not hard. And then, so at Sam's meeting, her brother's there and he joins. So now, okay, Amber's meeting first, and then Sam's meeting that Amber and I are doing. The third meeting is now going to be Sam and Amber. I am going to be there just to oversee it, but Amber and Sam are going to run the event. Amber's going to do Sam's going to do the first part, Amber's going to do the second part. That's the 3 meeting plan. And each time and now if Amber wants to invite somebody to Sam's meeting, she can. You can invite your people too. It's fine. But now Sam what she's going to do is when Eric has somebody join, she's going to complete her 3rd meeting. Are you guys with me? Does this make sense to you? Has I confused anybody? So Amber, remember, her first meeting was hers. And I did it for her. She didn't do anything but take notes. The second meeting was Sam's, and me and Amber did that together, and Sam just watched. Okay, so it's Amber's first meeting, Sam's second.
Your mic.
And then the 3rd meeting is Eric's. I'm not doing anything at Eric's except for maybe there to answer questions and watch them, because inevitably they might make a mistake, but who cares? They're just learning. And again, the PowerPoint is so easy, it basically does it itself. So now, after Amber has done her meeting, Sam's meeting, and her and Sam are doing this one, Sam's going to do the next one with Eric. And Amber's going to move on to Laura. Okay, now Sam is off on her own. She has left the nest and she's ready to continue her 3 meeting plan. So Sam finishes Eric's 3 meetings and then she moves on to, I don't know, who's someone on her team, Rachel. And so, do you see what I'm saying? that's duplication. That is the thing that I am trying so hard to perfect. So let me see what's on the chat here. Awesome. Makes sense. So this is the way that I really want to get things going. Danny Johnson says, because what it is, if you can get people to make some money in their first week, they're not going anywhere. Am I right? If you made $100 or you turned silver your first week, hey, that's awesome. So that's going to be, just so you guys know where I am, I had a brand new ambassador join on Saturday. So I'm going to be doing this with her. We have her first meeting scheduled. Now with her, it's going to be a little difficult because she's in Washington, D.C., and I'm in Tampa. So for her, we can do a Zoom event, and I've done lots of those where, just like we're doing now, I can have her invite her 3 to 5 people online. That's a way to do it. And then she, once she's comfortable, she can start doing the live ones on her own. So that's what I want to do. I feel like that is the fastest, like, I love that. I just love it, and that's my plan of what I want to do with events. Okay? So that's my goal. And I did post, just so you know, I know you probably, especially if you're new, you get tons of information. You can literally go to YouTube and write Danny Johnson 3 meeting plan. I've shared it on my team page multiple times. There's a man that what's his name? I forget. Anyway, there's a man there that he explains the 3 meeting plan with charts. It's a 15-minute video, and he explains it beautifully. So I'll share it on our team page. Watch it. See if it makes sense to you. If you are brand new and you need help and you're like, okay, I'd like to do this 3 meeting plan, but I need some help, please ask. All of us are happy to help you if you are new, or if you're not new and you've never done one before and you need some help. That's what we're here for. So again, whether it's Zoom, Facebook, or live, I want to get this 3 meeting plan. That's my goal, to really cause some duplication and to help people be successful immediately. So any thoughts on that? I don't want to put you guys on the spot. No? Okay. If you want to chat or if you want to say something, please do. But yeah, if it sounds overwhelming right now, that's okay. My plan, again, is to keep talking about it and until we get comfortable. And you, again, this is your business. I will never be like, okay, Teresa, where's your 3 meeting plan? You must do this. I'm never going to do that. That's not my style. This is your business. I am, however, going to help you if you want me to, So anyway, that's the live events. That's the 3 meeting plan that I want to do. Zoom events, you can actually, let me show you something cool. Okay, watch this. Can you guys see my screen? Awesome. Okay, it's not that cool, but I can share my point is I could share a PowerPoint right on here. So I want to be doing these. We could do one of the challenges is going to be for you to do an event. So whether it's live, whether it's through Zoom like we're doing now, or Facebook. So your very first event, if you've been brand new, is going to be Thursday, okay? Facebook events are awesome because it's another great way to grow your business. They're going to hear lots of testimonies. They're going to hear lots of product knowledge. It's an hour. I try to keep it to an hour. We're going to do prizes. We're going to do drawings. I'm going to, a lot of times I'll have like a little, you join within the first 24 hours, you get some kind of incentive. So this week, I'm doing it for our whole team. I'm providing all the prizes. Your job is to invite people. And so even if it's like, please come because I'm afraid that no one else is going to come. That was my motto. That's how I got people to come to my first meeting. I literally called my friends and I was like, okay, this is my very first meeting. I'm really scared no one's going to be there. Please promise me you'll at least be there. You don't have to bring your purse. Just be there. Please support me. Eat some, chips and salsa that I'm bringing. Come. And they did. So whatever works. But there's different scripts and different ways. And if you need help with wording, then by all means, we can do that as well. So that's really all I have tonight. I want to stay on. I try to keep these under an hour. We're under an hour, but I want to be here and I want to hear any questions you have. So if you need to go, I have it recording. If you need to, I know it's a school night, if you need to get going, no problem. But I'm going to stay on for another 10 minutes or so and just answer any questions. We also have some leaders on this call that are gold and above, and they can definitely help me answer some questions. So I'm going to give it, I was a teacher and they said you have to wait 8 seconds, which is hard for me because I'm a talker. So I'm going to at least give it 8 seconds for someone to be brave and ask a question if you have a question. Okay, that was 8 seconds. It's so awkward for me to be quiet. But, nobody in the chat? Okay, so nobody has any questions? That's fine. That's no problem. Okay. Ooh, I see some. Okay, Stephanie Gill, what's your question? I like this hand thing. I don't even know where you guys get that from. That's pretty cool.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm sorry. It took me a minute to figure this out. This is only my second Zoom call.
Awesome. Congratulations.
And I'm giving my child a bath and watching the Panthers game all at the same time.
Multitasking mama.
Yeah. And we have a snow day tomorrow. But I missed the first part of the call. Was it you that I called in about the migraines? About the end of that?
Yes. That I had migraines?
Yes. Could you kind of fill me in up to that point?
Oh, you mean what we talked about before I said I had migraines?
Yes.
Or the main thing we did was just hear from some of the teammates about how they've been doing. So we had some people go silver this month, so they just talked about, reaching out and getting out of their comfort zone. And I think that was it. We just kind of heard a couple testimonies of how the people were doing this month with the challenge.
Okay. Yeah, I have migraines terribly bad, and like you said, I've not lived very many days without one. So that's my goal, is to be migraine free. But I haven't even received my stuff yet.
Oh wow! Well, so I really hope it helps you. It's been a life changer for me. I had migraines constantly, so I'm excited for you.
Well, thank you for taking my question.
Oh, no problem. This little thing is cool. It feels so official. Okay, so Jeannie, I see you. You don't have to raise your hand, by the way. You can just unmute. But since you're raising your hand, Jeannie. Did you have a question, Jeannie?
Wait, there it is.
There you go.
Okay, because I really don't know how to work this very well. Can you hear me?
You're doing great. Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, so I am still trying to figure out how to get people to want to be a part of it when I myself have not really made money at it, and I also don't really have any health issues. I have my one friend that is helping, and so that I use her testimony. It's been a little difficult. I have this week actually contacted like about 12 or more people personally, and I have a couple that are interested, but nobody that's really signed up yet.
Gotcha.
Other than my one friend, which is helping, which that was before this week. So how do you do that?
So let me ask you a question. When somebody says to you, "What is Plexus?" What is your response?
I usually tell them that it is a health and wellness product that helps with so many different things like gut inflammation, diabetes, different types of ailments, fibromyalgia, arthritis, migraine, and many more other problems that people have. I usually never tell them that it's a diet supplement.
Right.
I never tell them it's a weight loss because it didn't work for me as a weight loss. So I don't want to market that. But anyway, that's basically how I started out, and just kind of get a feel of what they think from there and what comments they make.
Okay. So one thing I would suggest, Jeannie, do you mind just while I'm speaking if I mute you? Just because I think you're having a lot of back. Okay, sorry. But when I'm done, you can unmute yourself. Okay, the reason I asked you that is because what I think the best thing you can do is use the tools that we have. I almost never, of course I talk to people, but when someone says to me, "Hey, what is Plexus?" I'll answer them real quick, like one sentence. Oh, it's a wellness company that deals with gut health, inflammation, and blood sugar. Can I share a quick video with you that tells you what this is? I always use the tools, and by tools, I mean the videos that we have, or sometimes on Wednesdays we have that opportunity call. That's something they could call into or hear a testimony. But a lot of times I'll ask them questions. What is Plexus? I'll tell them that. I'll say, what part interests you? And then they'll tell me, well, hey, I need to lose weight, or, oh, I need this, I need that. So whatever they tell me their thing is, I send them a video about that. Now that I'm becoming business more, like I'm about to promote to Emerald, it's funny, I'm getting a lot more people these last month or two coming to me for the business part, and rather than just the products. Where it used to always be the opposite. I always got people just for the products. So what it does, you find out someone always has like a W on their head, wealth, wellness, or weight loss. And I know how you feel, Jeannie. Like, just to be honest, guys, I don't have a huge weight loss story myself. It's probably, I'm being really vulnerable right now, but the biggest struggle I personally have. I don't know why either, because I have tons of people who have lost tons of weight. So I know that it does work, but I know that I also struggle to get my water in every day, or anyway. So sometimes I understand. Like, I feel bad telling people you're gonna lose a ton of weight when they look at me and they're like, "How long have you been doing it? How much weight have you lost?" Realistically, nobody actually says that to my face, but I always think, like, what if they're thinking that? I can't share that, but that's where I have to get myself out of the way. And if weight loss is their reason for wanting to do it, I'll be like, you know what? Can I share my friend Stacy's story with you? And I'll share her picture. So I'm always going to use the tools. I don't know if that helps you, but I just tell, like, most people, they're going to turn me off if I start talking away. But people love to talk about themselves, and obviously they want their needs met, and I want their needs met. So I don't know if that helps, but I always find out what their reason is, and I send them a testimony. And I usually, again, because most people come for the same types of reasons, I'll share these in the page for you, but there's Jill Awareness. She has a 3-minute video on the triplex, and she is a, what is she? Not a dietitian, but I don't know, something like that. And man, who knows? You guys might know. I know Laura or Stacy or nutritionist. She's a nutritionist. She's like a holistic kind of nutritionist person, but she has a degree. But she has this 3-minute video. So right away, she has credibility. Who's going to listen to me, right? So I know, okay, here is this wellness expert, and she explains the triplex in 3 minutes, way better than I can. So I send that. I say, that's what I'll say. Hey, it's a wellness company. I'll give them one sentence: gut health, inflammation, and blood sugar. It's helped me not have any migraines. So you have 3 minutes to watch a video that explains what this does. And everyone's going to say yes. I send that video, and that video is going to be the thing that sells them. I never really try to sell people. I use the tools to do the selling for me. And then when I send it to them, oh, thank you, holistic nutritionist. When they sell it, I mean, after they watch the video, then it's my job to follow back up with them. Hey, what did you love about that video? I never say, what'd you think about that? Or did you like it? Don't say that. What did you like about it? Because it's automatically, it's like a psychology thing. They're going to like, oh, well, I liked this, that, or this. Testimony-wise, I have some main testimonies that I share. If they tell me, you know what, I'm struggling with, I don't know, celiac disease, and I don't know if this, I always tell them this. I say, I'm not sure. I can't promise this is going to help you, because I don't like to promise anything. And plus, if I'm like, this will definitely be it for you, people are turned off by that, because, again, we're skeptical, because they're hopeful, but they don't want to be disappointed. So I tell them, listen, I don't know that this will be a help for you, but can I share what it did for my friend Jill? And then I'll share her story or things like that. So does that help, Jeannie?
There we go. Yes, that helps.
Okay.
Hang on, I'm trying to get something going here. But
no problem.
Yes, that does help. I haven't used that video. I used it once before, months ago,
and I really haven't used it since then. So I need to do that again, and I haven't done that with anybody that I've reached out to so far. So
Yeah.
I will be sure to use that video again.
And our new video that the company just put out, I love it. Oh my goodness. You guys know what I'm talking about? The one that says, what if this can change everything? And they've got that young couple be like, we're 24 and we're 25. We built our dream house. Like, I love that they put, first of all, these are real, actual people in our company. I mean, I love when the one girl's like, I reach out to Crunchy Moms along, like it appeals to everybody. And they have the pilot man. I send that. I'm like, when someone's like, hey, they ask about the business part. I'll share a glimpse of my story, but I'm like, hey, can I send you this? It'll give you a little idea of what it's about. I think Adam, I think that's why Adam, didn't you join because I sent you some video that, the freedom video, right? That's when I always used to, do you even remember? Probably not. Well, okay, I remember because you were asking me questions and I was like, can I share what this is about? And I sent you a freedom video and you came back to me and you're like, I want my wife to do this. Like, it inspired you. This was a life-changing moment for you, Adam. You've got to remember. Just kidding. But he joined quickly after.
That was like a year ago, so I don't remember.
All right. But it is why you joined. It's when you joined. So, anyway, like, there's something like said, like when you hear the testimony, it stirs it. So I never try to do the selling myself. That's why I love events. I invite, hey, for instance, some people ask me this week, I'm like, you know what? We got a Facebook event coming up on Thursday. You just got to log on. Why don't you join us that? Maybe you'll win a prize. But come hear what it's about. It's just an informational meeting. And I call them informational meetings a lot too because that sounds less scary. So anyway, what other, let's see, chat. Any other questions? Yes, I will post the main videos that I use. I'll post. There's like 4 main ones that I use. And let me just say this too. Another thing that I do, if I ask questions and they tell me, I've got lupus, I've got this, I go to my Facebook and then there's a search bar. And the Facebook says, I just write plexus and whatever. Plexus and lupus, plexus and fibromyalgia. Sorry, we don't care treating thing, disclaimer. But whatever their issue is, I put in there and I look for that testimony and I tell them, hey, I'm not sure if this could help you, but I saw this testimony. Can I share it with you? And I try hard to make it somebody I know. And that it's usually those are the things. If it's a sciencey type of person and they're asking me like sciencey questions, well, what ingredient, blah blah blah. Well, I know right then and there they're an emerald personality, which I'm not. So I tell them, hey, I can send you some science details if you'd like, and I have an email with all the what's in the ingredients and what it does. Or I tell them, hey, why don't you research the ingredients, because those people who ask those questions, they come up with their own conclusions anyway. And I ask them, I'm like, I tell them, research don't go to, you can do this, is what I did. If you go to Google and you're like, okay, bad effects from plexus, the dangers of plexus, which what I did, you're going to find if you write the dangers of Jesus, you're going to find something negative, obviously. Because people are people, and people most of the time love to say negative things rather than positive things. But you can tell when someone's just bitter. So to me, when I did it, I was like, okay, this person's a nutcase, so I'm not worried about it. But there was far more positive than negative. But I tell them, search if they're a researcher and they're asking me all those kinds of questions, I tell them, here's the ingredients. Research what those ingredients do, and you come back to me. And they love it. Okay, so, I see a question. What has made the biggest difference in my business? The biggest difference in my business is my ability to keep learning. Personal development and training. That has made 100% the biggest difference. I think Danny Johnston is my favorite, but I'm always reading network marketing type books, and I'm always reading what our products do. I try to jump on, even still. I still try to go to, if my teammates are having an event near me, I try to go. I'm always trying to remain teachable because I am far from the expert, but every time I go, I learn something and try to apply it. So I feel like that's been definitely the biggest difference, especially my very first month, somebody not even with Plexus gave me the 30-day boot camp with Danny Johnston. And I just committed to listening to it. I'm like, okay, it's an hour long, but I get to stay home. I don't know. I just felt like I'm in this for life. I'm going to put in the time. So I would listen as I was folding clothes or doing laundry. And every single time I listened to something, she had something in there that I could apply. And I think every time I listened, I got an ambassador or a customer. So it's just learning skills. Okay. Oh yeah, Eric Worre, awesome. Yep. I'm reading right now. I haven't even read it all the way through. And I recommend it to people is Sarah Robbins, Rock Your Network Marketing Business. It's an easy read. You can probably read it in a week or less. But man, she builds your belief in so yeah, that's another huge thing. Building your belief, passion. And the way I feed my passion is I hear the testimonies. Nothing builds my business like that, because like I said, when it stirs something in you, like, don't all of you want to go and find your friends with fibromyalgia and go tell them about Jill? Like, that's how, like, when I read a story, I'm like, oh my goodness, so and so needs this. So yeah. Any other questions? Teresa?
I had a potential customer ask me about ADHD medicine and Plexus, and I posted a YouTube video. Did I do right by posting that on Facebook?
Yeah. Did you tag her in it? Or let her know at least?
Yeah, I let her know that I done it.
Mm-hmm.
And she said she was going to contact me soon. So,
I think yes, you did. You did exactly what I was talking about. Because you're letting the tools do it, and instead of trying to convince her when you may not be sure. But somebody like in that video who went through it is somebody that she can relate to. That's exactly the right thing. Yeah.
Thanks.
Very good. Yeah. Okay, awesome. Very good. Anyone else? No. 8 seconds. I'm waiting. All right. Well, I'm going to post the new challenge. I'll post it before I go to bed tonight so you can get a head start. I'm very proud of you. Get out of your comfort zones and remain teachable and build your passion. And how many of you think you're going to go gold by the end of the 6 weeks? Anyone? Sam, I know it. Adam, you going to go for it? Woo! Okay. Let me promise you that I went gold my second month, starting from 0. It is possible. It is possible. So if you don't believe you can, believe it. How many of you at least you're going to be silver by the end of the month, the end of this? Christine, you will, 100%. I know it. Lauren, you are going to be silver. I want you silver by the end of this week, actually. I mean, end of this January, because you too, Adam, you're doing your event. So we can get 3 people. All right, Jeannie, yes, awesome. Do you have available this Saturday for a party? Maybe, Jeannie. Let me look at I totally might. What is it, the 30th? I might. I'll message you about that. Let me look at my calendar. Alrighty. Well, I'm excited for you guys. Just give it your all this 6 weeks. Honestly, just do all the challenges, give it what you got, and I guarantee you will. Your businesses will explode. Okay. All right. Yes, I see lots of gold. Julie's gonna be. Julie, you're gonna be ruby by then. That's what I think. And yeah, I'm excited. All right. Have a good night, everyone. Thanks for hopping on the call. Good night.